Hey everybody, Arnaldo Waterman here of GearItFirst. I am in Largo, Florida at the FlutterFETTI headquarters. Guys, I've talked about confetti before. It's a big money maker, not just in the big production industry, but even smaller events like weddings, school dances, corporate events. And if you're getting confetti, this is the place. I'm here with Renee. So I'll figure I'd ask you a couple of questions and then we'll take a big tour of how the operation works. So tell us.
Let me say hi to your
Absolutely.
visitors. I'm Renee Holmes and welcome to the FlutterFETTI Fun Factory. We say the Fun Factory because confetti provides fun and magic in the air. So I'm glad you came to visit.
Absolutely. And you know, that's one of the cool things about confetti. There's a lot of stuff that we may not know about if we've never dealt with confetti before. Before we get to that part, tell us a little bit about your company history. I know you guys do a lot of smaller events, but even big giant events too. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I bought the company in 2002 and we were in New Orleans, and I just told you we went through Hurricane Katrina, lost everything, moved to Florida, so now here we are based in Florida. And I am going to mention that Irma, as we know, came through Florida. Also, Maria and Harvey have devastated areas in this country, and we are donating 20% of all our online orders to the Red Cross. And the reason I chose the Red Cross is because I can remember after Katrina, the Red Cross handed me a little credit card that I could go spend for necessities.
Oh, wow.
I almost broke into tears because it really touched my heart that they really are distributing the funds that they collect.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so please contribute. You don't have to buy confetti, just contribute to the Red Cross.
Absolutely.
So let's see. The nice thing about FlutterFETTI is we have probably the widest variety of special effects in the industry. A lot of people have the rectangular shaped confetti, but we're really the originators of FlutterFETTI. Jim Watkins, who was our master confettiologist, started FlutterFETTI. He started the industry, and since then it's just blossomed. Yes, we have products. If you have a low ceiling, like a 9-10 foot at home party, we have just the product for you. If you have a corporate event, if you have an arena event or an outdoor event, we have launchers that would add the wow effect to your event. Other thing we can do is imprinted tissue. So if you have a logo or a name or a saying, we can imprint tissue for you. We can imprint streamers for you. So we're really good at personalizing. I was telling you earlier, if you have an event that the streamers need to fly 100 feet in the air, we have just the launcher for you.
You also mentioned that you guys do a lot of concerts. Let everybody know some of the concerts and other productions you guys have been involved with as far as who your customers are.
Well, let's see. We do Macy's Parade.
That's
so
awesome.
when you watch the parade and see the confetti, hey, that's FlutterFETTI. We're currently doing Paul McCartney, Kid Rock, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Mary J. Blige, Rascal Flatts, Weezer, Destiny's Child, the Cardinals, Disney, Summer Olympics, SeaWorld, Microsoft, Super Bowl parties,
Busch Gardens, the Redskins, Orioles, Gloria Stefan, Sarah Brightman, Shania Twain, Bridget Martin, Toby Keith, Britney Spears,
that is just a name a few of our wonderful clients.
So guys, we're going to take a tour so you guys can see. From what I understand, you guys are the only American made and everything as far as your confetti, or?
No, I don't really know for sure. But I do know a lot of my competitors import from China, and I can understand it because the price is better. I've looked into it. Some of the quality is not up to FlutterFETTI standards. But I understand it's a money game, right? You know, if you want it cheaper, buy it from China. But FlutterFETTI right now makes everything here in America.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So guys, as we take the tour, that's one of the things you have to remember, and I push this in all my videos. You know, obviously you get what you pay for, but when it comes to confetti, just like bubbles, just like fog, there is an exact science to it. As she said, they have a lot of patents behind their name, and these patents are because there is a science to the whole confetti and FlutterFETTI business. You only get one shot to make this impression, and I've used cheaper products, and I've had to refund a lot of money in the past, which is why I've stayed away from confetti until I found FlutterFETTI, and I've had perfect shots every single time. So let's take a look. Again, you're tuned into GearItFirst.
All right, we're going to walk back into our factory. and watch my wonderful employees making our products. Paul here is making some confetti sticks. Is that right? Right. The 14-inch confetti sticks. We also make 6-inch sticks, 9-inch sticks, 14-inch sticks, and 18-inch sticks. And the reason we make different sizes is because of the ceiling height and the amount of space you want to cover. So I'm not going to talk about the way he makes them because that's all our patented. Victor here is cutting some of our streamers. What are these for, Victor? Airless?
These are airless streamers.
Airless streamers. Now, airless streamers, what does that mean? I'll show you later, but what it means is you do not have to use CO2 to propel them in the air. You just flick it with your wrist and it can go 25, 30 feet in the air, believe it or not, with the flick of a wrist. But we use speed load tubes because they're very easy to load in our launcher barrel. You take off the end cap and you just simply pour them into the launcher barrel. Very simple. That's why we call them speed load. Let's step over here. Now, generally, James is cutting bulk, but we have an order today for 8 double barrel X6 launchers. These are our electric launchers. And these can shoot our 2-inch by 40-foot streamers 100 feet in the air if you need them to. But this client wants them to sit on the stage floor. So he's retrofitting where he puts the launcher barrel so that it would go up into the air from the stage floor. These are really unique because not only can you have them double barrel, but we can take off this bar and make them single launchers, and we can turn them over and this would go up.
Okay.
So that's why we call them an X6, because there are various positions that you can use them. They're also compatible with DMX. And we just got in yesterday, believe it or not, we've worked with the designer to develop a little port DMX box, a relay box that will sit on the launcher. So instead of a big relay box, it could go individually and you can plug up to 7 launchers into the one relay box. That's brand new. We'll be advertising that on our website soon. Now Mike here is rolling this is the PVC film I was talking about. This is how we make our FlutterFETTI. It's very labor intensive. He has to first, as you see, roll the film out on the cardboard, and then they take the cardboard over to the cutting machine, they take out the cardboard, and that's how they cut metallic film into FlutterFETTI. And if you feel it, you can feel how thin it is.
It is. It's very, very thin.
Yeah, it's very thin, but that's what we like.
Exactly.
Here's Dario. Dario's my production manager. And what are you making, Dario?
I'm making airless streamers.
So he's making some of the hand flick tubes with airless streamers. We also make them in streamers and bubbles, streamers and FETTI, 6-inch streamers called FETTI strips, and we'll show you all that later on. So
I'm excited to hear about the streamers and bubbles that you just said.
Yeah, the bubbles are circular pieces of tissue that they lace into the streamer. So as the streamer unrolls, the bubbles fall out of the streamer. Very cool. And we also lace in FETTI. So you'll see that. It's a streamer with metallic FETTI.
Okay.
Our ceilings are only 16 feet high, which really limits the size. In fact, there's a building next door that maybe we could sneak in and shoot some of this stuff up. They have a 23-foot ceiling, and it really shows off. But the reason I thought of it, the streamers with FETTI, when you flick them with your wrists nice and high, they look like fireworks going off in the air. Really a cool product.
Very cool.
Oh, looks like we're making more confetti over here. This is Ionelli's, and he is again making FlutterFETTI for us. You can see on the shelves we have lots of, this is all tissue, lots of different tissue rolls, and then on the bottom we have lots of different colors of our PVC film. And the good thing about streamers, when you want custom colors, you can just order one tube because they have to cut. This is how they make them. See how they roll them and they tape them, then they take them to the cutting machine like you saw Edgar cutting streamers. So this could be, we could do several different colors to put in the tube. So you only have to order one tube and you get a custom color. So that's really cool. So let's see what's over here. This is our shipping table. Dario's getting stuff ready to ship out today. This is how we package confetti by the pound. Here are some of our speed load tubes I was showing you, some of our confetti sticks. Here are some 6-inch confetti sticks. So it really depends upon your ceiling height which of our products you should use. This is our live-in Macau. His name's Miko. And he loves birthday cake and he loves pizza. Oh, now he's being shy. Generally, he's squawking all the time.
All right.
I know. All right, so they gave me some samples here to try, to show you, in different sizes. So I'm going to start off with the shortest tube first, the 6-inch. Now in here we have 16-foot ceilings, so it's not going to be as big a look as others, but keep in mind this is meant for a low ceiling. Like a lot of reception halls have low ceilings and they need a shorter tube. And it's just a small little look for a low ceiling.
Okay.
Now a lot of brides, I have to mention, use this for their exit. And what we recommend with brides is the waiters pass them out on trays. And then the DJ tells everybody what to do and when to do it. And then you have a Kodak moment. So that's a little 6-inch. And this one, I believe, has tissue and metallic in it. Yes. So you see we can mix to make it a little bit more glamorous and glitzy. The 9-inch is for a little higher. You get a little more confetti. You can see it went a little higher, a little more confetti. I should mention, let me show you this tube, even though, what we do is we print out a logo. This was from Southwest Airlines.
That's cool.
And we can roll it on the 9-inch tube. We can put a pom-pom on it or no pom-pom, but it's a great party favor. So for the 9-inch, we can put in FlutterFETTI, or we can put in some streamers. So these streamers are meant for a lower ceiling. They're the 9-inch tube. Now, say the facility doesn't want a mess. So we have 2 ways of packaging our finger slinger.
Finger slinger.
Yeah. These are real big at Disney for weddings because there's no cleanup and there's no mess.
Okay.
So you put it on your finger, then you take off the rubber band. If I can do it holding this microphone. And you have to be sure you have it where it's going to unroll. And then, whoops. And then you take and you go, whoa. And all the streamers are attached.
Oh, they're still attached to your hand.
Yeah, so there's no cleanup, no mess. We can make these 12 feet long, 6 feet long, whatever length you want the streamer. But there's no mess. Now this is fun. This is called a Firecracker. But that sort of showed you the 14-inch tube. Here's another. This is the one that's so popular. This is our most popular product. And once again, you can custom color it. That was red, white, and green. This one is yellow and white. And you just keep flicking till all the confetti flies and floats out of the tube. This one is a hand flick of Corkscrews. This is one of my favorite products. I'll show it to you in one of our blowers later. But this one likes to go high in the air and flutter down. This is FlutterFETTI in an 18-inch long tube. It's loaded at each end, so you get 2 shots in each tube. And this one can go 15, 18 feet high with the flick of a wrist. So my ceilings are a little low. We recommend this one if you're doing like a parade outside, like for Mardi Gras or Gay Pride or any kind of outdoor festival. You just flick it, and you get more confetti in it, and you turn it over and flick the other end. It's meant to be shot like this, but our ceilings are too low. So when you shoot it like this, I mean, in a convention center 40 feet high, we almost can touch the ceiling with it, with no CO2. So many DJs, when I'm at a trade show, they'll see the CO2 launchers and then they'll see these. And the price of this is so much better, it's like, why would I buy a CO2 launcher? Now, I'm going to have to shoot these at an angle.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
There we go. Turn it over. Shoot the other side. But you see how pretty our streamers are with this very, very thin PVC.
It is very nice.
All right, here's one we were talking about, streamers with bubbles. I'm going to try to step over a little bit. See the little bubbles come out?
Oh, that is so cool.
Now this one is Fetti strips. These are 6-inch streamers. Remember I said we can make streamers any length you need. Here we go.
That is awesome.
Turn the tube over. And you see they're little twinkling, they curl up like little twinkling stars. I love those. And now here's the streamers with Fetti, which I wish I had a tall ceiling to show you. Isn't that pretty?
Very pretty.
Look at this film. I love this film. This is my favorite of what we carry. It has 8 colors on it. So you see it's colors on one side and colors on the other. This is so unique. I applied for a U.S. patent for it because it's just a great piercing unit. What happens is when I screw it in, the CO2 is expanded into this little cylinder, and that makes it more powerful than just having it at the very end with one of the pull ring launchers. It's not as strong as this one.
Okay.
Okay, so this you can shoot any of the airless products I just showed you. So I'm going to step back. That looks like it was 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch tissue and metallic Fetti. That was a pretty look. That was pretty. So that's the 1/4 turn launcher. This is our Master Blaster launcher. And you see it comes with a trigger unit and a launcher barrel. So we have a quick connect here. The lever on the trigger must be horizontal. If it were perpendicular, the CO2 would fire off right away. What we've got inside the barrel is a combination of white corkscrews and metallic FlutterFETTI. It's a gorgeous wedding shot. It's a gorgeous New Year's Eve shot. When I use it at trade shows, it goes up to the ceiling. And of course, here we only have 16-foot ceilings, but you do need to shoot the corkscrews straight up. They like the height to spiral down. They're a triangular cut confetti. So in this launcher, you can also put our big streamers, and they'll shoot them 85 feet in the air if you need to. So you can shoot streamers and bubbles, streamers and Fetti, anything you want on a very versatile launcher. This trigger unit also works on our Mega Blaster barrel.
Okay.
So you could buy the Mega Blaster with the trigger, and then you could just buy a barrel of the Master Blaster. We designed the 2-inch so we could put in die-cut rose petals, die-cut hearts, die-cut stars, so we can put our die-cut products in the 2-inch barrel. Die-cut circles. This one generally shoots out products 30 feet and spreads out 15 feet. This is our baby Gerb continuous flow launcher. It uses, we have here a 5-pound liquid CO2 tank. And the nice thing about it is you can unscrew this. You can make the barrel go higher or lower.
Okay.
A lot of nightclubs use this because, believe it or not, some only have 10 or 12-foot ceilings, and this would work well. It also, we have a push-button control box, which makes it easy to fire. Or you can use it DMX. So that's about a half a pound. Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
Right. And I guess I should mention pricing.
Yes, absolutely.
This rents for $160, and the confetti it sells for $9.30 a pound, or half of that for a half a pound, or it's a little more because this was a combination of tissue and metallic. Let's go on though, and I'm going to show you my most favorite product. I show this at trade shows and people are just shocked. This is called a surprise box. The reason it's called a surprise box is it's all self-contained. So what we tell the bride to do is to gift wrap it, so it looks like a present on the dance floor.
Okay.
And or a corporation, wrap it like a FedEx looking box or something, and then you open the lid and it's surprise. You take the hook and you attach it to this little, I guess, what do you call it, a hook on
The eyeball there.
Yes.
Okay.
And now it's ready to fire. This is our medium-sized
That's the medium?
This is the medium. We have a bigger continuous flow blower. This one is great too. You know, there are many out there. When I decided to distribute the continuous flow, the nice thing about the double horn is this one, the top horn, blows the confetti. But as you'll see, the way the bottom horn hangs off the bow, the box, it just shoots the CO2. So it turbocharges the confetti to go higher. And I thought, that's the one I want to distribute, because my clients want a big effect. So here I have a 20-pound liquid siphon CO2 tank, and you'll see it's nice in a road case because you can wheel it around, especially if you're doing an outdoor event and the wind changes. You've got to quickly move this so the wind will be in your favor.
Oh, yeah.
So that's important to know when you're doing outside events.
That was very cool.
I wanted to show you on this Gerb, there are several different positions you can put the horns. So if you need it to go more upright or lower down because you have a lower ceiling. I have used this in a 12-foot ceiling too, I have to admit, for a wedding, and it worked fine.
particular unit, it's almost like a 2-in-1 effect. You get that CO2 blast,
Right.
that a lot of clubs and events like,
Right.
but you also get the confetti shot at the same time.
Right. And this machine can blow, if the horns were straight up, 75 feet in the air. So it can go very high in the air. I have a bigger one that can go 100 feet in the air.
Oh, wow.
If you need. And generally I rent that for outside events.
Yeah.
Because when you're competing with the great outdoors, you need a big look. I should mention that most people, when they call us, we want to discuss their event with them because we want to get them the exact thing of all of our products which we would recommend that would work well. What's the ceiling height? What's the size of the space they want to cover? They want confetti? Do they want streamers? So we like to make recommendations when event planners call us. Now I have one more launcher that I want to test, so I'm going to test it while you're here. Let me go get it. Next we're going to shoot off our X6 electric launcher. We're testing 2 different size streamers for a client. So I thought while you were here, we'll just do the test shot here so that we know what we could recommend to the client. Often a client will ask us, can we do this? Can we do that? And I'll say, I'll call you back. We're going to test it out in the factory and I'll let you know. They're shooting regular size speed load streamers. They're 30 feet long by 3/4. They're probably going to hit the garage door and not unroll all the way.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Streamers with Fetty. You know, our X6, the new valve that we've got with the piercing unit is so strong, sometimes it shoots the streamers inside out. So when we see that, then we have a trick on how we make the streamers so it doesn't happen. So that's what I wanted to test out for this client, to be sure that they're all unrolling. And now what's the next size, Dario?
That's the
1.5 1.5 by 30. Okay. This streamer is going to be 1.5 by 30 feet. So it's much wider. So let's see if all the streamers unroll.
Ready?
Yes. Ooh, yeah, they hit the door. Yeah. So the bigger the streamer, the further it goes.
Okay.
So I think we talked earlier, a leaf blower, a shop vac. When I do trade shows, I use a rake. And I rake it up, and then we just put it up into garbage bags. And I have a fantastic vacuum that I bought at an amusement park trade show. It will pick up cans. But like this, we'll clean all this up 15, 20 minutes with my vacuum.
Oh, wow.
So it really works well. And if anybody wants to rent my vacuum, they can rent my vacuum. Or I could tell them, if you're going to continually do shows, where I got it. And you could buy a vacuum. I've had more people tell me, Renee, we've tried balloon drops, we've tried fog, we have tried so many different effects, but until I start shooting off your confetti, my audience doesn't get excited. There's just something about confetti when you're showered with confetti.
Exactly.
It's like fun and magic in the air. So no matter if you have a big event or a little event, call me. And we like to sell you just what you need for your event. We don't ask you to buy a massive amount for X amount of dollars. We like to customize what you're going to get and just what you need. And we're very good. FedEx comes every day to ship. We're good on last minute orders. I don't know why it is, but it seems to be a last minute order kind of industry. And we're always, okay, stop what you're doing. We got to get this out today. So anything else you could think of I could tell your viewers?
What's your overall turnaround time? So if somebody calls and says, hey, I need this and this amount of confetti for like one event, how long till when they place the order till they actually get it?
We go by when they need it.
Okay.
If they need it tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, we stop what we're doing. They'll have it at 8 o'clock the next morning. Yeah, we're really good on customer service. That's what I said.
And how can they find you on web, Facebook, phone
Where
number?
everything. Oh, how nice. We're at FlutterFETTI.com. And your listeners probably would be eligible for wholesale pricing. So ignore the prices online. Call me and I can tell you what the wholesale price. On our website it says if you're in the event industry, call for wholesale pricing. And of course, the more you buy wholesale, the better the price. So you can find me toll free. This was a great number in 1999. It was 877-321-1999. So that was a great New Year's phone number that year. But sure, and we love the business, no matter if it's small or big, whatever your order, we're ready to service you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And guys, again, FlutterFETTI here in Largo, Florida. My name is Ronaldo Hoffman of GearItFirst. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, pound that like button, leave a comment below. Any questions, leave them there. I'll send them over to you. And I'm sure she'll be able to give you guys some answers. And if not, check them out directly on the web. Thanks so much for tuning in. Good night, and God bless.
Bye. Have a Fetty celebration.